Hey, what's up? It's your girl Crystalchanel, and I know it's been a minute, but I've been posting on my Instagram stories, and I promised I would do this update because 90% of you wanted to see it. So let's do it. I know it's been a minute, and y'all, I know I always say I'm gonna update this channel, but honestly, life be lifing and things be happening. For those who follow me on my Instagram at crissythedoll_official, you guys already know that on June the 1st, I've started something called Hard 75. You've probably already heard of Hard 75. There's also other versions of it like Soft 75 or Medium 75, but I'm actually doing the Hard 75 program. It's not a challenge, although a lot of people call it a challenge, and it's not necessarily for fitness. It's actually for mental toughness. 75 program in a nutshell is basically 6 tasks that you have to complete every single day for a total of 75 days. If you happen to miss a task or mess up on a task, you are supposed to start over to day 1. You do have to take your picture every day. For me, that's not a big deal. It's kind of crazy, in fact, how many before pictures and before videos I have on my phone. So me taking pictures wasn't a big deal. I do that anyway, but on this program, you do have to take a picture every single day. The second thing you have to do is one 45-minute workout that needs to be done outside, no matter the weather, okay? Now, of course, within reason, if it's like a hurricane outside or a tornado, obviously you can't work out outside, okay? But for 9 times out of 10, if there's not inclement weather to where it's dangerous, like if it's rain or something like that, you can walk outside, you can run outside, you can do whatever you have to do. Third task is to do another 45-minute workout. Doesn't matter if it's outside or not. It's just you have to do 2 45-minute workouts. So one has to be outside, one has to be inside. Task 4, you have to read 10 pages of a non-fiction book. So it can't be one of those romance novels or one of those like ratchet, juicy novels. It has to be something that's non-fiction. The point of that is to kind of better yourself, to do self-improvement. Task 5 is that you have to follow a diet. For me, it's not hard. For me, I am doing a low carb diet. You guys know I'm a keto girl. I have a whole business for keto, and I am finding it that keto keeps me so full that I'm not able to eat everything I need. And you decide on that diet. Most people do Mediterranean. Most people do high protein, low carb. I mean, it's totally up to you. But as long as you're following a diet, that is your task 5. And the task 6 is that there's no cheating meals, like there's no cheat meals at all, and you can't have alcohol. Those are the 6 tasks that you have to do every single day for 75 days in a row. And if you mess up, you have to start over to day 1. It is a 75-day hard app that was made by the guy who created the program. And I like it because it's something that helps me basically track my progress every day. I'm a big to-do list person, so I like to check things off on my list, and this makes it easy for me. 1, not to forget anything, and 2, it actually stores your picture. The reason I decided to do the 75 hard is because I really got to a point in my life where I feel like I start a lot of things and I never finish it, and it became to be something that I started thinking like, is it me? Like I used to blame it on external forces, whether it's a person that's kind of holding me back, whether it's my circumstances that's holding me back, or maybe it's just my mood or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm now realizing it's all internal, and I got motivated to do something just for me, to kind of shut off the outside stressors, to kind of shut off me wanting to fill other people's cups and help other people. Other reason is because I want to feel accomplished. I want to feel like I was able to complete something that was important. And that's another reason why I didn't want to do like a variation of this program. I wanted to do the actual hard because I want that respect on my name, okay? Like, you guys know I have been on this wellness journey for a very long time, and although I think I had great results with my weight loss surgery, I lost a total of like 80 pounds, I have gained 40 of it back. Yes, you will see fitness results because obviously you're doing more, But that wasn't the reason for me. I'm not doing this to lose weight. I'm doing this to forge a new identity for myself. I literally am in the process of changing who I am as a person. And one thing I've always wanted to do was be more fit. One thing I've always wanted to do was have bomb skin, bomb hair. I've always wanted to be a person that someone can count on. I've always wanted to create an impact and make money while doing it. Like, these are all the things that I imagine for myself. And the way that I was eating, the way that I was drinking, the way that I was behaving in my relationships and friendships, it wasn't aligning with who I wanted to be on the inside. Regardless, I don't miss out on alcohol. I'm actually really grateful that I'm able to stop drinking, because that was something that I found myself creating this habit. Not an alcoholic by the grace of God. I was, in fact, though, drinking almost daily or every other daily, usually champagne, or I'll drink wine, or I'll drink liquor. Like, margaritas was my thing. So I am happy that I'm giving that a big break. I wasn't drinking a bottle a day, but y'all, I would probably go to the liquor store once a week and get a bottle of Terramana and make margaritas. Like, margaritas make me happy, and mimosas, but that's not okay to drink every day. I wanted to go back to being a social drinker. So that's another reason why I like this challenge. I just have been wanting to do something for myself, and I figured, why not go all in? Why not do the program exactly as it is? Don't do any variations. Like, I literally have been giving myself so much leniency for these past few years, and I just was tired of it. I started having internal conflict, and long story short, I just realized, like, you don't have to keep waiting for something. You don't have to wait for the new year. You don't have to wait until something dramatic happens in your life. You don't have to wait for a Monday. Just start, Crystal. So I did my research towards like all of May, and I started on June 1st. Biggest reason I decided to do this hard 75 is because I don't want to like rely on anything outside of myself to be healthy. And I know that I could have gone the route of like Ozempic. Well, actually the terprazine, I can't remember what it's called, but I have direct access to basically get it free or at cost. And it's like, I tried it back in October, I'm not gonna lie, for a month, and I just didn't feel good on it. I didn't like it, me personally. No shade to anyone who's doing it. I think anything that helps you live a healthier lifestyle and get the results you want, fine. I'm an advocate of all that stuff, okay? For me, I didn't like it. I don't want to continue to do things that is what's losing the weight or getting healthy for me. I want to do it from my inside. So I know that all it is knowing what to do and having the discipline to do it. I prayed for this. I prayed for something to help me stay motivated and stay disciplined. And I prayed for the information to be able to reach my goal. That's why I'm doing it. And that's why I'm sharing what I'm doing while I'm doing it, because I only started 2 weeks ago today. That means y'all can start. It does say day 14. Let me first tell you kind of like my day, how it goes. So during the day, I wake up, I do my gratitude while I'm still in bed and before I touch my phone. Also use this time to speak things as though I already have them. Like, I'm a big believer in manifesting and having faith throughout what you don't have yet. I'm a person who knows I have to believe it, then I see it. I don't have to see it, then believe it. It's grab my clothes. I wear the same thing in all of my daily pictures. So I literally wake up, brush my teeth, put on my outfit picture, take the picture, take off the outfit, fold it back up, put it in my closet. I do that, and yeah, at the end of the week, I wash it, okay? So that's what I've been doing for the picture. After I do the picture, what I usually do is put on my workout clothes for the day, and I go outside and I do my walk. I have a lot of hills in my neighborhood, and honestly, before I even started the challenge or the program, I was like, oh my God, like, I want to be able to drive to somewhere and go walking. Like, I had this plan because I have so many hills in my neighborhood, and it's so many hills, like, I actually get fatigued walking my neighborhood. But I realized that, Crystal, at the end of the day, it's just one foot in front of the other, and no matter how slow you gotta go, like, walk your neighborhood, sis. First of all, it's more likely that you will wake up and just walk out the door to do your workout versus waking up, getting in the car, looking for parking, and then doing your walk. Like, I wanted to make it as easy as possible. So for me, it's walking my neighborhood once a day. Before I started, I mapped out a couple of routes around my neighborhood and timed them so I know what 45 minutes is without having to worry about it. So I literally walked the same 3 routes for the past 2 weeks in my neighborhood once a day. And even though I have a lot of hills in my neighborhood, I literally take it one step at a time. I don't care how slow I go. I do it. I get it done. And then my watch picks it up and I'm done for the day. I get to check mark it off. So that's what I do. Today actually is the first time I have switched it up. I walked outside for 15 minutes, but for 35 minutes, I actually rode my bike. And that was hard as fuck, y'all, because I couldn't even ride up the hills. Like I said, I had to walk my bike up the hills and then I rode my bike down with the wind in my hair. But the long story short is I'm switching up my outside workout. So I like to walk because it helps me get my steps in. I went from having an average of like 1,000 steps a day. I know, horrible, I know. But I went from like 1,000 steps a day to averaging 13,000 steps a day because I walk every single day in my neighborhood for about 45 minutes to an hour. That usually burns between 360 to 580 calories. And yeah, I feel really good after. I'm getting all tanned. Like I'm absolutely loving it. Okay, so that's what I do for outside. I do have a pool, so I'm going like in my neighborhood, so I'm going to incorporate that. I'm going to keep riding my bike. I have a jump rope, so I can always jump rope outside if I get bored. But so far, the past 2 weeks, I wanted to keep it as easy as possible. And for me, it's just literally moving my legs, and it has been working for me. I feel like I could be going harder, but at the end of the day, I don't want to go so hard to where I'm too sore to work out and I miss the day and have to start over, or that I just get so fatigued and I stop altogether. I don't want that to happen. So for me, doing the bicycle, doing the walking, it makes it realistic and sustainable for me to go the full 75 days. Second workout of the day so far has been walking inside the house because I do have a treadmill. So I do walk the treadmill for 45 minutes. So far I've been watching TV shows. Law and Order is my go-to. And then I started watching the show called Warriors, which is on Netflix. Pretty good if you like Bruce Lee and all that kind of stuff. And the third show was called Tires. Totally inappropriate. It gives like The Office / Arrested Development vibes, if that's your thing. Really inappropriate, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, super inappropriate, but I like that kind of comedy. And yeah, that's something else I would watch. I can watch 2 of those episodes during one workout. So I love the fact that I have entertainment on my Peloton, and probably later I will do classes, but right now I'm trying to keep it as light as possible. And I do that for my second workout right now. Because when I go for my walks, I do listen to that podcast sometimes. And the podcast actually aligns with this book. Like everything in my life right now is aligning, and it's a beautiful thing. And I can't wait for y'all to experience some of this. The book that I'm reading right now is called Atomic Habits. This is my first time actually finishing the book. I've started this book twice. I have it on audio book and I just never finished it. But now that I have to read 10 pages a day, some days I do read a little bit more. And right now I am on page 212. And yeah, 10 pages of something that you're actually into goes really fast. But I recommend this book because this book is telling you, like, it kind of aligns with the actual program. So it helps you with building your habits, long story short. I mean, it is an excellent book. I am enjoying reading it. Tip is to use a planner or to use the app. Planner I made, and this planner has everything that I need in it. It has a little bit of mental worksheets that I actually wrote out for me to understand why I do what I do. I love that there's food options I can just go to if I'm kind of having a rut and I don't know what to eat. I love that I have the tracker. That planner is everything for me. In fact, it's available in my keto bundle. Even if you're not doing keto, like I said, I'm doing low carb, but this bundle has everything. So it has the 2 cookbooks, it has my planner, and it has the book itself. Only it's like $100, but it's on sale right now. You can get all of the items for only $27. I will put the link down below. I did travel out of town. I I made sure before I even left my house, like before I went on the trip, I thought about stuff that I need to do, things I want to eat beforehand. So I kind of was prepared. I went to the grocery store when I got there, got a couple of things. I didn't do like heavy shopping, just got a couple of things that I like to snack on, that I like to drink, and I did fine. The only thing I can say that was kind of a nuisance, and this is when I had to check in to myself and be like, girl, Crystal, you don't want to give up. You say you're going to do this. This time is different. You got it. Keep going. When I had to give myself that pep talk was when all my friends were hanging out and having fun. And I was like, girl, you got to do a workout outside. So my wife, being the wonderful supporter she is, she went on the walks with me the 3 days I was there. We would just tell everybody we'll be back. We went out in the neighborhood, we walked around for 45 minutes and came back in. It actually felt good, and I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of like boo time, because my wife, although she's not doing the hard, she has been actively participating, and we've been having time together. Every single day we go for this 45-minute walk, and we really never listen to music, we just talk. And it feels good. Getting that outside workout in when you're hanging out with friends and they're on their own thing and you just gotta get that done. And then I had to do a second workout those 3 days I was there. That was also annoying because of course everybody's like, hey girl, like they're all in my corner. But when the drinks start going and a party is turning up, it's like you wanna be downstairs and everybody's looking for you. I went to my room and I closed the door and I put on my ear pods and I did exercises in the Peloton app. So yeah, I did some Pilates, I did some stretching, I did some cardio, standing up. I did all kinds of stuff, and that was the hardest thing for me. Another hard experience for me was just yesterday. Yesterday was day 13, and when I woke up, I was so tired. I was extremely exhausted. I didn't want to do a thing. Workouts I found are challenging if you don't get enough food in. Okay, I am using Carb Manager app to track my foods. And when I went back and looked at what I ate, I only had 720. So even though I ate a lot of food, a lot of it it wasn't high calorie. I think I was busy that day and I wasn't hungry because I was doing like more keto. Even though I was eating food, it was so low in calories that it didn't give me the energy that I needed the next day. So that explains why I felt like shit. So your diet is important, y'all. When it comes to drinking a gallon of water, I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with drinking water. I've always struggled with drinking water, but okay, let me change it because I'm manifesting, right? So I drink water with ease. Water is good for me. I love water. So I found that I love water more when I have it in smaller bottles. Now this is a 32-ounce water bottle. I got this from Amazon. It's 128 ounces for a US gallon of water. I have to drink 4 of these, so it's 128 ounces. And this is 32 ounce for this bottle. So that's easier for me. For some reason, when I look at a gallon of water, it stresses me out. When I look at this, it's aesthetically pleasing. It's glass. I like it. Like I drink it. It's easy for me to see. You know, there's time marks on here and then there's actual measurements on here, and it's just easier for me. So I know that during the first half of the day, I need to drink 2. And during the second half of my day, I have 2 left. I have to do it early in the day. That's my tip, okay? Drink your water as early as possible in the day. Otherwise, you'll end up like me, chugging the water down in your last 45 minutes of the day. This has been my before picture, my last current before picture, because like I said, I got a lot. And also the current picture, this is day 14. Little differences. I'm not really taking these pictures for y'all, I'm taking them for me. So I'm sorry it's not the best picture, but as you can see there, I do see a small difference, right? Like I see I'm starting to get a little tone. I'm starting to see a little more definition places, but I don't want to get too comfortable. I'm not where I want to be. I'm gonna just keep on going, keep taking these pictures, and I'm super excited to share this journey with y'all. I went to this agency where they do iDexa body scan. Doctor's offices I try to get to do. Couldn't get my insurance to pay for it, which is fine. I paid out of pocket $100 for the body scan and then another $100 for my metabolic testing. 2 tests that I got done. The first one, you lay on a table. This scanner scans your body. It will scan 3 things. It'll scan your fat tissue and like your fat mass. It'll scan your lean mass, and then it will scan your muscle mass. So our bodies, they're made up of skeletons, organs, fat, all this stuff. And the harmful fat is the visceral fat. That's what surrounds your organs on the inside. This machine will measure how much of that you have, because that is linked to like diabetes, it's linked to heart disease, it's linked to a lot of problems that you really don't want to have, okay? So thank God my visceral fat is extremely low. My body was like 50% fat. So I'm supposed to be, she said, based off my height, my composition, I'm supposed to be like at 25% body fat. I don't even know if I care about that. I just want it lower than 50. When you build your muscles, that will help burn the fat. And as you are working out, like I'm doing a lot of cardio right now, I have to be mindful that I don't want to lose my lean muscle mass. So it was really helpful for me. I did that testing so I can find out what my numbers exactly were. I needed a baseline, okay? So this is my baseline. I plan on going back after the 75 hard so I can compare. Second test that I did, you just sit down in a chair, you do nothing. This is your metabolic heart rate. This is without doing anything, just my body existing, okay? Just like you guys, if we were just to lay down, do nothing, like when we're asleep, for example, your body still uses and burns calories. So you need to know at rest how many calories your body's burn. Metabolic rate is your RMR. You need to know what that number is. So for me, mine was like 1700. So it's kind of average, it said, for me and my body composition. It did also let me know the numbers I need if I wanted to maintain my weight, if I wanted to lose weight, or if I wanted to gain weight. So for me, I have to eat, it's recommended for the healthy kind of like a calorie deficit. I'm supposed to eat between 14 and 1500 calories a day. And it told me I need like 110 to like 130 grams of protein per day. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't get that much protein in. I get on average about 60, 70 grams of protein. So I need to up my protein. That is my tip, okay? If you guys can afford to do these testings, go ahead, get them done. Know exactly your baseline, know exactly your numbers. That way you know mathematically and scientifically how you can lose weight. Be sure to like this video. Please share this video with someone that you think may want to watch it, and also subscribe to this channel. You guys can follow me on my Instagram at crissythedoll_official. Also my keto pink print page at keto pink print. That way you guys can actually see as I'm doing it in real time, but I will be back in 2 weeks on this channel to give you another update. That is it. Again, I'll leave all the links to everything down below. If you are doing any version of this hard 75, whether it's the hard, the medium, or the soft, let me know in the comments. I would love for us to keep doing this together. This is something I want to keep doing, and no matter what, I'm going to finish. Send me y'all positive vibes. I need it. And yeah, that's it. I want to thank y'all so much for your love and support. And as always, stay fabulous and stay fierce.